All right, guys, we're getting after it today. So I was literally setting myself up for what I'm eating. My shorts are a little big. I love big baggy shorts, big baggy pants, big baggy all the things. I am Melissa Kathryn. I am your resident spiritual nutritionist here to show you what I eat in a week, what I do to food prep, things that I'm loving, things that are going to support you in releasing weight, feeling great, having endless energy. I am 46. I don't have a thyroid. I had it removed. And I'm really here because I want to simplify weight loss. I want to help you to live your healthiest, best life. What I can tell you and what I'm so committed to is you give me a woman that feels good in her body and she becomes unstoppable. So you want to show up, you want to be seen, you feel good, you're proud of yourself, you inspire others to do the same, and you're your best for your family. So let's get into today's video. This is a live impromptu, but if you are new to me, I did another video that was very, very popular where I was asked to do a part 2 about what I eat and some more things that I do in terms of fitness and food. So part 1 with mindset, I will link here. And we will also do the other live that I did here. And I'm just putting them there, but I will link them afterwards. All right, let's get into this. So first and foremost, for those of you over 40, over 35, there's things that I'm going to do. The way that I do my lives, they're impromptu, but I like to take you with me. I like to answer questions that I know that I've received in the past from my clients. I've been doing this work for 18 years. My background, I am a holistic nutritionist. I specialize in the psychology of food, women, and self-sabotage. I'm a transformational coach specializing in reprogramming the mind and cellular healing so that we can go to that next level to truly live limitless. And that's what we do. If you guys want any links and want to learn more about me, all my credentials and everything is below. As a gift for all of you who show up here today, you can get my Wholeness cookbook absolutely free today. Just put cookbook below and we will make sure to send you a link so you can download that today. All of those recipes will work for you no matter what your dietary preference, whether you have dairy, don't have dairy, gluten-free, meat, no meat, all the things. We're going to have that for you. The next thing that I wanted to tell you is we have our Born for This, Become the Woman You're Meant to Be event here on YouTube. It's a 2-day live event, 2 hours each day, happening on the 21st and 22nd. I would absolutely love to have you. The link is below. It is free. It is for you. You asked for it. I created it, and I can't wait to share this with you in this event. I'm going to be telling you everything that you need to become the woman that you know you're meant to be, shift your identity, step into the body, the version, the health, the wealth, all the things. There are no limits. So let's get into this. All right, guys. So first and foremost, this is an array. There's a lot happening here. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite things that I get that I always have as staples in my refrigerator. So, and some things that I like to eat. One of the things I always have the organic romaine leaves. I get a few of these. I actually will just munch on them. For those of you that love, that more have, let's just say you like to snack on things, you like crunch, and that can be nuts, that can be granola. I have an entire quiz down below where I talk about the difference between head and heart cravings. What I found that's really helped my clients that have the head craving, which is eating from stress, right? Wanting to crunch, wanting to munch, having things on hand that you can crunch that are calorie, nutrient dense, but calorie deficient. This is literally like no calories. These are great. I also love to use these lettuce leaves with one of my favorite things. I'm always making tuna salad, and you guys have seen me eat this. I did a healthy girl meal that was like super easy. Yes, it's yellow. This is, let me get you the tuna because this is important. I really only use Wild Planet tuna, and it's because I actually know him. I met him. I love, and I know where the fish is, how it is sustainably sourced, where it comes from, how they treat the fish, all of that. And I just like the company, and that's important to me. So this is Wild Planet. This is the albacore wild tuna, and it's just in water. You can always do olive oil, you can do salted, you can do plain, but this is in water. I take this, and then I don't like dicing onion because I always cry. I get the pre-diced onion at Trader Joe's. I will mix that in. Now, I love onion, but you can do onion, you could do celery, you could do pepper, you could do anything. I like to bulk up the tuna salad. So we'll get that. And my thing is, instead of doing mayo, two of my favorite things to do with tuna is either use avocado in place of mayo. Now, for those of you that are more into higher fat, that's great. For those of you that need just smaller amounts of fat, you're looking to release weight, one thing that I love, this is again, dill pickle mustard from Trader Joe's, horseradish mustard. You want to get a combo, and Dijon. Now, here's the thing. I mix all three. I just do a tablespoon of each, and I put it in the tuna salad, and you would be like, ew, is that disgusting? I have to tell you, it's not. It is so good, and everybody that I make it for, I just go, just taste it. And they go, oh my God, this is so good. You can even add everything but the bagel seasoning, but in truth, with the onion and the celery diced up, and then the different spices with the mustard, it is delicious. Put that on either a piece of toast, or like I said, I do the romaine lettuce leaves, and I will make it like a wrap and put it inside. Now, if I am doing bread, let me show you the two that I do. There's also Egg Life wraps that are pure just egg whites, and they're from Egg Life, and they have them in different flavors. They have like a Southwest and everything but the bagel, blah, blah, blah. That's up to you. If you want something that actually tastes like bread, this is not the cleanest, but for those of you that are carb conscious and don't want to, you just want a piece of bread and it to taste like bread, this has 45 calories, 2 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein and no carbs. And this is hero bread, okay? You can get this at Publix, most, Sprouts, Whole Foods. That's a great one. Now, another one is Carbonate. This one has more of a chewy consistency. It's a bit softer. Again, this is 40 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 1 gram of protein. So these are like the bread options that I will have. Dave's bread is good. Ezekiel, which is a sprouted grain. Ezekiel is good because your body can digest it more easily once it's sprouted, and that really helps and supports people. Again, there's Dave's bread, and there's all different ones. So that is tuna salad. So I will usually I will only do 1 can of tuna a week just for mercury purposes, and because I am pescatarian, I just I watch that with seafood. All right, now let's look at this. So I always have diced peppers on hand, sliced pepper, things to crunch and munch, carrots, celery. I do a lot with cucumbers. I also love to get cucumber. English cucumber is a little bit sweeter and is absolutely delicious. You just want to get organic. I love to peel it, slice it, and then put a little pink Himalayan sea salt on top. Delicious. I often, when I go out to Mexican restaurants and different things and people get chips with guacamole, I will ask for sliced cucumber. And it's so good. So you can always, that's a great substitution, by the way, or sliced peppers. You're just saying, can I get sliced vegetables? Absolutely amazing. All right, let's talk about protein and different things. So I always get asked about nut butter. For me personally, I love this naked protein. It's literally just crushed peanuts. That's it. That's all that's in here. You have to add your own salt. You have to add your own sweetness if you want it. I like to have this because I do baking. But I also like to add in my own amount of salt and sweetener. It comes with a little scoop inside. Let me show you. That's my nails. Right? It's like that. It's 50 calories. So when I get asked about nut butters, I actually will use this, and I like to make my own protein. So this one, it's 1 gram of fat, 50 calories, 7 grams of protein, and 1 carb. Okay, so what I do is I actually will just make my own, and then I like to add a little protein powder to it. So it's like protein peanut butter. I know you can buy that places. I just make my own. I add a little sea salt to it, and then I have that, and I will use that if I want just peanut butter, if I want to drizzle it on top of protein pudding or like a yogurt that I make, or like I'll make my own ice cream or different things, or sometimes if I get cottage cheese and I'll put frozen wild blueberries. Wild blueberries are higher in antioxidants. And then I'll add a little allulose. Allulose is an all-natural sweetener. And what's great about allulose is it actually has same proteineuron, that's, well, mouthful, that's in GPL1, right? So this actually acts, and let me show you the allulose that I like to get. I can even put a link to the one, it's on Amazon below. It's just allulose, right? And this has no carbs. It does not spike your blood glucose levels. And like I said, what's really interesting about allulose and the latest studies with it is that it acts the same as the GPL1, right? And so what that's doing is it's impacting your bloodstream the same way. So this is a sweetener that I prefer to use, especially when baking. Now in coffee and things like that, it's not gonna taste as sweet. In that regard, my favorite to use is stevia, and this is by Sweet Leaf. And why I like this, it has no alcohol. So when people tell me that there's Sweet Leaf, that their stevia is really bitter, or has this in it, or it's caramel flavor or vanilla, no bueno. Guys, no. You just want just stevia. Just like when you're getting peanut butter, cashew butter, almond butter, any of those, it should just say almonds. It should just say peanuts. It should not say honey, sugar, blah, blah. No. No bueno. Okay. All right, other things that I am always doing. So when I'm looking to prep, I'll make my protein peanut butter. I'll make like a container of it. I'll put it in the fridge. Allulose. I will cut up my veggies. Like I shared with you guys, I love cucumber. Cucumber is just so good for detoxifying the body and having as a really beautiful snack that you can dip into hummus, guacamole. Like I said, you could just, I have it on my own. I love the tuna salad that I shared with you guys. I usually will make that about once a week. I also will, I have my air fryer, like I will cook fish often, shrimp. These are great too. These are the wild Argentinian shrimp from Trader Joe's. They're huge, they're delicious. I love to make these. All you do is you're gonna thaw them, put them in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, sea salt, and pepper. I'm telling you, they're gorgeous, gorgeous. Now let me show you some other things. For those of you that are really not looking at, you're looking for good noodle substitutes, Miracle noodles are great. You just want to really look at the instructions, but the Miracle noodles are great, and they can just add, no, they don't taste just like pasta. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Absolutely, why would I not be? They don't taste just like pasta, but if you're looking, if you notice with pasta, it's really, you're eating the meat that's in the sauce, you're eating the you know, you like the tomato sauce, the cheese, the other things that are in between, and there's the consistency of chewing. So this can add that if you need that. Miracle noodles are a great way to go. There's also chickpea pasta, red bean pasta. There's basically like every type of thing that you could look for these days. Another one that I was gonna say, for those of you that love cereal and your kids with cereal, the one that I honestly just, it's like the only one that I really look at and say, okay, if I was going to, or, you know, with my own kids, it would be 3 Wishes. And 3 Wishes was created by a mom. It's with chickpea flour, it's grain-free, it's got protein, it doesn't have food dyes, and it's monk fruit sweetener. So that's a good cereal option. Now, other things I'm gonna tell you, when I'm cooking vegetables, my entire fridge looks like a farmer's market. So I already did this today. You'll see it in another video, but I get the big Tuscan kale, the shredded kale, and the ready-to-eat veggies. And I like to actually cook these, and then I'll add in onion, garlic, olive oil, avocado oil, and I make a big vat. And I probably do that 1 to 2 times a week. Now, guys, if you're doing lemon water in the morning, which I really hope that you are, because lemon water is so good for you first thing in the morning, getting warm water, putting in half an organic or a full organic lemon pressed. You want organic lemon, you don't want to put the rind in there, but you want to get organic lemon. What that does is that helps to detoxify the body. It helps to stave off cravings. It helps with your morning elimination. It's going to give you that glowing skin. It is fantastic, but really make sure to get organic. I do these and I slice them at the beginning of the week. So I have them ready because I never want anything that's going to deter me from getting up and out of the house and going and doing my workout in the morning and other things like that. So I make it as easy on myself as possible. I have my lemon press out. I sometimes will even press the lemon the night before and then put it in the fridge with a cover, and then I'll add water to it and warm it in the morning. And that's great. But again, you want to make things, when it comes to being healthy and when it comes to taking care of yourself, especially when you're creating new habits for yourself and healthy habits, you need to make it as seamless on yourself as possible so that your mind won't talk you out of it. All right. So that is so important. Now let's keep going into this. All right. Now, all right, we did the allulose. Okay. It's like driving. Oh, this is another great one. Trader Joe's also has their holiday vegetable hash, which is butternut squash, sweet potato, red onion, celery, parsley, sage, and rosemary. I love to get these. I will saute this and add it to my eggs in the morning. I will have it on the side. I will just have it. You can add chicken to this. You can add eggs to this. You can add shrimp to this. You can add any fish to this. You can just have it, like I said, on its own, but sauteing this, or even, it gets a little mushy when I've just like roasted it, but I love to do this. And then I will also get the butternut squash, beets, kombucha squash, Brussels sprouts. I will get all of that that's already diced. I don't want to spend my whole day dicing. I go to Trader Joe's, I get them, and it's great. And I will put my oven on anywhere from 350 to 425, depending on the strength of your oven. You're gonna put tinfoil down, you're gonna spray it, and then you're gonna put all of your vegetables, and then you can do your olive oil, your sea salt, your pepper, whatever it is that you wanna do, and you just put it in the oven. And maybe like 45 minutes later, I mean, you have vats of vegetables for you and the family that can be added to salad, added to eggs in the morning, added as a side, added as its own dish, whatever it is that you want to do. And having that readily available is also going to highly support you, I promise. All right, now let's talk about, so I'm going to show you what those vegetables just look like. So this is how big, right? I will do one of these. And then I add, I've got avocado oil, olive oil, and you really want to get good, guys, it's so important to get good olive oil. Just spend the extra money if you can. It makes such a difference. You can taste it, your body, you will feel it. And then I love to do everything but the bagel seasoning, or just fresh garlic and onion, little olive oil, sea salt, pepper, or I mean, it's however you guys like to do it. I like to just play with seasonings, right? I eat clean, and when you eat clean, it's a lot with playing with fresh ingredients and seasonings to get things, because you're not reliant on all these sauces with sugars and this and that, and you really get creative in the ways that you get to enhance your food and elevate your experience. And the more you eat clean, the cleaner your diet, the cleaner your palate, which means all of a sudden you have something that once probably wasn't that sweet to you, and you taste it and you're like, wow, whoa, that's really clean, that's really sweet. And it's just because your palate has gotten cleansed and is being brought back to a neutral place without the oversaturation that we get from all the sodium from eating out, or the laden sugar from all the sauces and different things like that. So for those of you, I always get asked, Melissa, do you eat paleo? Do you eat keto? No, I don't. I eat clean. That's I don't believe in dieting. I want something I can do for life, that's going to support me for life. And clean eating is what I started doing. I remember I learned about clean eating with Toscarino from Canada. Oh my God, back when I was maybe like 22. And I was like, yes, that just makes so much sense. Whole foods closest to their natural state. Of course, my body knows what to do. An apple is an apple, a tomato is a potato, right? A pepper is a pepper. It's not going, what is the chemical thing that's, right? Like, we just overly process so much, especially in the United States. And that's what's causing, unfortunately, a lot of autoimmune in women, hormonal disruption. It's just things that are just so heavily processed. All right, I'm gonna move that. My refrigerator is open. Okay, now, I also love the little organic cucumbers. These are great. Sometimes I just pop them out and like snack on them. They're fantastic. Also, what I wanted to tell you, so my lady loves, who asked me questions about how to get more protein in, egg whites. Use egg whites in place of almond milk, or in place of your dairy of choice. Use egg whites in place of water. use egg whites. You will it will not be hard to hit your protein count. So remember, as women, we want to have 1 gram of protein per pound body weight. So if you're 130, if you weigh 130, you want to eat 130 grams of protein. Protein is what's going to keep you fuller longer. It's what's going to stave off cravings. That's what's going to support you in weight loss, weight maintenance, having more focus, having endless energy, building strong muscles and bones. That's what we want, guys. We need protein, especially after the age of 35. So you need to focus first on eating protein, then go to your veggies, then go to your carbs, right? When I get asked, well, how do you maintain and how do you release and we use the word release weight because we don't want to lose weight and gain it back. When you program your mind and you use the word lose, it thinks it wants to find it. No, I'm releasing. The mind is taking clear directives from you. So you want to say, I released weight. I've released weight. I've released it and I've maintained my release, right? Okay, so I always get asked about protein powders that I like. I love PE Science. I don't work for them. I'm just going to tell you, I love them. I love their vegan options. I like their whey options. Those of you that don't do dairy, you might be fine with whey. It might just be the processing of dairy. Whey protein is one of the #1 protein sources because it's immediately absorbed in the bloodstream. Whey protein, a whey protein isolate over others, but still protein's protein, right? I mean, my ideal as a nutritionist is eat an egg a day, ladies. Eat an egg a day. Protein powder. So this one is Cake Pop. I love to get this and I already put some in here. I'm gonna get this and some canned pumpkin. This is so good, by the way. It's gonna make like a big muffin. And you're gonna do, let me show you. Let's see. Where's my measuring cup? In my sink here. All right. Wait, before I go on to that recipe, so protein powder is great to bake with. I love to get this and pumpkin, and I will then add the peanut butter to the top. I will put this in the microwave, and it will make like a mucky cake. Like, it's so good. It's not too fluffy. It's so delicious. This protein powder is also great to do protein pancakes with. I will get a scoop of this. A 1/4 cup of pureed pumpkin, and I will add in a 1/4 cup of egg whites, and that will be my protein pancake mix, and I will make a few. That will make me about 3 or 4 pancakes. You can add a little almond milk, but honestly, it's better to just use the egg whites. It's so good, and then you can top it off with that peanut butter or some syrup, maple syrup, or honey or whatever it is that you want to do. But that's what I like to do, and I like to do different things with this. So I'm going to take this. I also want to talk about this. This is creatine. This is by Thorne. I love Thorne. It's I personally, since supplements are not regulated by the FDA in the United States, that's only out of Germany. That's why I have an online nutrition dispensary through FullScript where we have medical grade supplements direct from the company. I will have that link below too. If you guys want that, you will get I believe it's 20% off and free shipping with your first order. But I just like it because there was that whole fiasco with Amazon and you didn't know where you were getting your supplements from, and some people were adding fillers and they had expired, and that to me is just dangerous. I want to know where it's coming from. If it's direct from the source, great. Creatine is fantastic for women, especially that are healthy women, fit women that are or wanting to be. It's so helpful. What does it do? It helps to speed your metabolism. It helps you to metabolize protein. It helps to refuel your muscles after a workout. And it helps with bloating and digestion. So Thorne is one of my favorite companies. This is one that I really like. I can link that below if you guys want. I'm happy to. I will mix this in with my smoothies, have 30 minutes before or after a workout is ideal. I will even put this in with the pumpkin and the protein powder and egg white, and I will either freeze that and it will be like a custard, or I will put it in the microwave and it will become, like I said, like a dense, like a sponge cake. and it's really delicious. So these are some things that I do. As for in the morning, that vegetable hash that I showed you, there's also, I will take the vegetables that I made and I will put in a cup of egg whites. I will put that in, I'll crack an egg. I will make myself a giant omelet. I'll make a piece of avocado toast, and then I'll have some blueberries, and that will be my breakfast, right? And I usually have that after a workout. I personally go fasted to my workout because I work out very early. So the idea of eating at like 6 in the morning just does not appeal to me at all. And that's what I do. And my biggest meal is probably my breakfast, I would say. And then I will end up having a larger meal, like I guess midday, and it tapers as the night goes on, because I will usually get really hungry for my breakfast and then again in the midday. But it's not food that bogs me down. You know that you've eaten too much or you ate food that didn't agree with you if you need to lay down. When I eat during the day, I am energized. I'm not tired. This isn't like, oh my God, put me on the sofa. So everything that I eat is meant to be, it's fuel. It tastes amazing and it's all things that I love, but it's fuel to get me to the next thing. My dinner usually can be anywhere from salmon, sweet potatoes, big side of like veggies. I always end with a dessert. At night, I usually will make myself a hot cocoa, a protein cocoa. I will even take my protein powder. I'll do like a half a scoop. I'll add in a scoop of cacao, or even sometimes I'll just get my protein powder and some almond milk, and I will heat that up and I will drink it. And it's like a sweet, warm drink. And it's delicious. And that can be my dessert. Or like I said, sometimes I make a protein pudding. But I always love something sweet. I'll have a piece of chocolate. I don't know. That's just something that I enjoy at night. And I usually do. And then I always end with a good cup of tea. My favorite teas, unfortunately, the one that I love is not here. It's by Good Earth. It's cinnamon. It is so spicy, and it's called Sweet and Spicy. It's on my Amazon storefront in my link below. And it is so good. My friend turned me onto it and she was like, I love this for like like if I have a craving at night. And I was like, oh my God, this is delicious. So if you like cinnamon, this is the tea. I mean, it's like getting a really good candle. You know, those candles that light up your whole home, smell up your whole home, and you're like, I want every candle like that, or at least I do, as opposed to the ones where you have to put like your face into it to like, so this tea is that flavorful. It's just delicious. It's the Good Earth. My Amazon link is below. So these are some of the things that I eat, but definitely make sure to follow, and I put more in my stories under lazy girls meal, single girl meal, healthy girl meal, quick family meal, and so I'm always putting like different recipes and things that I do. Again, if you want my cookbook, one of my favorites that I don't have here right now is I make egg cups. And I haven't done them yet today, but I have a cupcake muffin tin that you can pop out, right, the silicone, and I just fill it with eggs, all different ones. I have ones that have some sun-dried tomato, and you can do like goat cheese and spinach. I have others where I'll put avocado and like, I mean, you can do whatever you want, and you make these egg cups, and they're so great to have on hand, especially since we're coming up on the holiday season with family coming to visit. Just having them ready. They're great for kids. You can pop them, you can have them in a bag as a snack for yourself. You can dip them in guacamole and salsa. I love egg cups. And like I said, in my Wholeness cookbook, if you want that cookbook below, we have, I think I shared with you guys almost like 11 different recipes that I have with those. And if you have a problem with egg yolk, you can just do egg whites, but they're delicious. And you can I have fun making a tray, and I make all like each row different, you know, and then I'm like, what's in this one? You know, food's meant to be fun, right? Eating healthy doesn't mean it doesn't taste good. It makes you feel good. Okay. That's the whole point. So we want to feel good. The more we feel good, the more we do good, the more we be good, and the more we share that with others. So if you like this video, definitely let me know if you have any questions or you want to know any other recipes or things that I do. Oh, last but not least. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I'm like getting ready. So I'm going to put a 1/4 cup Everybody should have measuring cups, especially if you're looking to release weight, because we honestly don't know how much we put into our bodies otherwise. You just don't. And I can tell you guys, I said, I've been doing this for 18 years. Do you know how many clients I'll talk to, even if they're like, no, I eat all organic, I do this, I do that. And then I'm like, well, what are you putting in your smoothie? And then they actually will go and measure and they're like, oh my gosh, Melissa, I was putting like a quarter cup of this in and like a quarter cup of chia seeds. And I'm like, yeah, no bueno. Like, not gonna help you. We have to have measuring cups. You guys have to know what you're putting in your body in order to know how much your body needs and what you're doing. So this is for the recipe where I was saying about how I'll make this, like, and it becomes like a breakfast. It can be a lunch, it can be a snack, but it's a scoop of the protein powder, quarter cup of pureed pumpkin, a quarter cup of I put some allulose in, just the all natural sweetener. And then what I'll do is I'll put that in the microwave. And like I said, it will make like this beautiful like cake, like, and then you drizzle the peanut butter into, oh my God, it's so good. Such a good breakfast or like a lunch snack or like just a protein snack. The other thing that I wanted to tell you, so I often get asked what I'm always drinking. Speaking of, where's my ginormous brewmate? Okay, so I have a 42 ounce brewmate. I like to get the cherry blossom LaCroix, okay? I always have Lakewood Pure Organic Lemon, little ASMR here. I just do a splash, I don't really pay attention. And then I fill up the rest with water and ice, and I add a little bit of stevia, and it's like this sweet, not too sweet, just like 2 or 3 drops in 42 ounces. It's so good. So I'll drink that throughout my day, or I will get, those of you that need some support with your digestion, apple cider vinegar. I do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in the morning after my water with lemon, and I shoot it back. If you can see in here, okay, I know you might go, what is that? That's the mother. Do you guys see that dark? You want that. You say, it might, man, you guys can't see it. It looks like a worm. You want that bacteria in your gut. It's gonna help you tremendously. Now, those of you that have low stomach acid, you really wanna dilute and only do 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Those of you that are good with eating meat and more acidic things, and you don't have any upset in that way or any gastric issues, I can tell you that apple cider vinegar is really, really supportive in helping, it just got so dark, helping to cut belly fat, speed your metabolism, detoxify the body, cleanse the liver. Apple cider vinegar is just truly, truly wonderful. There's also, I've shared with you guys before, you wanna get 4 chamomile tea bags at night for those of you that wanna release weight, especially around the midsection. Or if you've just noticed your weight loss has stalled, you're gonna get 4 tea bags. You're gonna steep it in 4 ounces of water. So you're gonna boil it and then only put 4, but you don't wanna pee all through the night, right? And then you're gonna do a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of lemon, and a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, CEYLON. It has higher medicinal and thermogenic properties than regular cinnamon to help speed your metabolism, cleanse the gut, and really, really support the body. And it's in opening up its detoxification pathways at night, which is going to help with that, because when the body stalls, it's usually there's kind of like a backup, and then if it depends, I mean, this is not, I'd have to like talk to you and hear more about your fitness level, and that there's stagnation, right? So that would tell me we got to move the body more, and we want to look at really cleansing the body, helping to support. When you eat clean, that's another thing that I love about eating clean. See all these diets around keto and paleo and do this and do that. I'm not saying not to do what you feel called to at all, right? Everyone's body is different. I'm a huge proponent. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's life is different. Everyone's needs are different. But you have to ask yourself and really look at my invitation to you. You don't have to do anything. My invitation to you is look at the way you're eating, instead of looking at what can I do for 3 months, 6 months, a year, go, what am I gonna, can I do this for the rest of my life? Does this make me feel good? Can I do this? Is this sustainable? Can I build upon this? And that's going to be your answer for all things. I mean, when you start to change and get out of a dieter's mindset into this is me for life, then you having a hiccup for a weekend or overeating for a week or going on a vacation or whatever, it doesn't throw you off because it's just who you be, right? As opposed to this all or nothing mentality. And that's truly what's going to help you and support you in living your best life. So nutrition for me is one of the, in the work that I do, you know, I run programs called Reinvention, Identity Shifting. We have a membership site called Limitless Academy. What is that all about? Well, nutrition, that's for me, that's what makes what I do different than the typical transformation mindset coach, because I believe the body is the key. I believe that it all starts in how you treat this, how you talk to this, how you feel inside of this. This is going to directly impact how you talk to yourself, how you think. And if you start seeing yourself confidently, strong, happy, positive, it's a snowball effect. You can't move your body every day and eat food that gives you life force, that's living, that's bright green and like red, and you know what I mean? Like, you can't have these things and feel crappy. When you eat crappy food, you think crappy thoughts, and then you do crappy things. And what I mean by that is, that's when you go, I'm too tired to go work out, and I don't feel like picking up the phone, and I'm just gonna miss that appointment, and I don't need to do that work today, I'll do it tomorrow. No, the version of you that's eating this, that's going and moving her body, she's vibrant, she's happy, she's proud. She wants to be seen. She's like, no, I'm actually gonna do the thing that I don't wanna do because that was the old me, and the new me, this me, she gets shit done, right? So I believe we all have to start with the body, and that it starts with how you talk to yourself, how you feel about yourself. That's what's gonna reprogram your mind, and that's when you shift your identity. And that's how it started with me. You know, I went from always struggling with my weight, being, you know, really like disordered eating, and having my worth tied to my body. I mean, there was so much that I can say. I mean, you guys can just watch all my videos. I talk about it all the time. But when I actually got empowered in my body is when I found myself, and I created the fit identity, the version of me that I was like, I didn't even know she was in there. And that was one of the most paramount things I've ever done for myself, because no one can give you that, and no one can take it from you. No one. So my worth was no longer dependent on family seeing me a certain way, or accepting me, or this person's love and attention, or this career and this much money. And it was, I decide for me, right? And when you own the power within you, it's never outside of you guys. And it all starts with the way that you treat yourself, the way you see yourself. And that is directly connected to your level of worthiness. And just like I'm even teaching in our Limitless Academy tonight, we're doing a whole section this month on money. And money is directly tied to worthiness. Everything is, weight is tied to worthiness, love is tied to worthiness, money is tied to worthiness. If you believe that you're deserving of feeling good in your body, that's love, right? Not feeling good, like not masochistically beating yourself down and getting annoyed if I don't look good in the mirror today, I'm not going to be nice to myself today, right? How many women judge like, oh, well, I look overweight today, so now my whole day is ruined and I'm going to be mean to myself. Like, no, thank you. We don't do that anymore. We meet ourselves with love, we own our worth, and we know that we hold the power and the key. And it all starts here. So I would love to have you. If you like this video and you have not yet subscribed, we would love to have you. This is what we do. I come in here live each week, every Wednesday at 11 always, and then usually another time, and we post our long form video 2 times a week as well. You got a lot on this channel. I'd love to have you. It means the world to me. I am here in full support of you. Let's all go higher together. And I'm here. Ask me any questions that you have. I will see you live on Wednesday at 11. Subscribe if you haven't. In my shorts, I do more around what I do each day. And also on Instagram, you can see me in a day, my workouts and other things. I share it all. And thank you for being here on the journey and on the ride. And I feel honored and blessed to be a part of yours. All right, guys, have a beautiful and blessed day. I'm gonna go eat now. Oh, wait, I gotta turn it off. Bye, guys. How do here.